we open up taking on from what happened last episode, when Aubrey was like, with the twins' encouragement, when Aubrey was like, no, I think there should be two groups, right? Keeley did her little cancer thing and she was like, well, actually it's not true. But here's the thing, I agree with Keeley. I know y'all said that Keeley has a history of some fight at KFC and throwing chicken, but I Googled it and apparently that's been debunked. It was all urban myth. That never actually happened. Tell me if I'm wrong. Anyway, they're saying, listen, we need to have a queen. And I'm like, but then y'all had a creative director and you didn't want that. You said you didn't need one, but now you need a queen and the queen sounds like a creative director. All right, y'all. So basically nobody wants Keeley in charge. That's basically what it is, right? So they were like, Aubrey was like, if I put Keeley in charge, this one, because they all had, so they decided the way they're going to pick it is to actually vote for the queen in secret ballot, right? Keeley voted for herself, but I can't blame her because I would have voted for myself too, right? Aubrey got 2 votes. The twins each got a vote. They probably voted for each other. And Pam, spoiler alert, got all the votes, right? She is the queen. What cracked me up was when Aubrey looked at the camera in a straight face, looking like the mad winter's queen with a crown on her head and was like, this one, she was pointing, says Keeley, has delusions of grandeur. And I'm just like, wow, Aubrey is so not aware. She looks like she ate her former self. That plastic surgery looks so bad. Like just bad. Like just, oof. Anyway, let's move on. Anyway, Pam is creative director. They talk about the Queen's mandate, and the Queen's mandate is exactly what Keeley, the creative director, said should have happened, or the would-be creative director, that there needs to be at least 3 songs of everybody on it. They have to prepare to do a show in 29 days. I was that and a third. If I heard that, they were all like, oh, okay, I guess that's what we have to do, blah, 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 blah. But to me, that would have made Keeley even more, it would have made her more official, because I'm like, yo, they're asking us to do what you said we needed to do. Yo, maybe we should listen to her as a creative director. But for some reason, everybody has beef with Keeley. I guess they just don't respect her. And I guess to be a creative director, you need to be respected. Anyway, they make Pam it. Pam reads the stuff. She has veto. She has this. And honestly, I can see why they picked Pam. Pam is so easygoing. She seems so chill. She seems like she's been through a lot and now she's at peace. So I can see them wanting to be the queen. But I wonder, because I'm watching this while the review, I wonder if she's going to lean into Keeley or Aubrey. Because here's the thing, Pam seems like she just wants peace. She doesn't care who brings it. So if somebody else comes with a good idea, she'd be like, all right, bet, let's do that. But let's see. They go into the booth for the first song, right? Nivea, of course, kills it, right? Pam kills it. What else is new? They go in. Oh, before I do that, am I the only person that thought that scene was weird when Shamari and Pam were talking about praise Jesus? There we go. I talked to the King of Kings. And they were doing all that shit to their face, but there was no makeup going on. I was like, were they just playing around with brushes? Because y'all look exactly the same. And I took a good look at Shamari's face, and I took a good look at Pam's face when it was done, and there was no makeup. So I was like, that was weird. Oh, but it wasn't the weirdest thing. So anyway, that happened. We're about to get to that. They're in the booth, and Nivea kills it. Pam kills it. Even the twins kill it. 702 goes into that booth. It was so cringe. Listen, I think that both the girls could sing. They just haven't exercised their instrument in a while, right? But it was cringy. Because you ever be in those situations where you're around a bunch of people that hate you and they're hoping you fail, and then you step up to the plate and you actually fail? Yes, it was that type of secondhand embarrassment. Like, ugh. God, come on, y'all. Please, no, please. I want you to go out there and belt it out like you are Whitney Houston singing the Star Spangled Banner. But instead, they were like, giving away all my love to you. Giving away. And I was just like, oh. So then the twins, I roll and do it. The twins do too much. Like, they have really, again, I don't know them in person, but what I see with this editing, they have super nasty personalities. Like, I'm not a fighter. But something would have been thrown across that table. Like, how many eye rolls and this and that. And then the way the one twin got up and was like, can I say something? Breathe from your chest. Pronounce your words. You're going, I'm giving away. You need to say, I'm giving away, right? What you said was true, but your delivery was trash. But, you know, whatever. The 702 girl was like, listen, I've been in this business. Thank you for your advice, but I know this is going to blow up the two twins versus the 702s, right? So then Keeley goes up there, and Keeley was like, I'm giving away all of my love. I guess she knew that she didn't have the range and she couldn't go high, and she knew they were waiting for them to fail, and she heard the twins and everybody clowning 702. So she literally just made things like, I'm giving away, right? She went low. All right, Keeley. So anyway, they're talking. Pam, I guess they did a good job picking Pam as their queen, because she was like, listen, first of all, I want to thank all of you ladies. You guys did your best, and I sincerely appreciate it. Out of this, that, and the third. All right, that's fine. But then, and I did peep it, this is when shit got weird, right? Aubrey was like stroking Pam's leg, and Pam was like, hey. I just want you to know that, I'm not like that. I used to be with a woman, but Jesus delivered me. And I feel like, I'm not saying anything against you, but I feel like I need to speak my truth. I prayed the gay away, right? And Aubrey was like, oh, but I touch everybody, And she's like, yeah, okay, mama, but I just want you to know. First of all, let's be real. Aubrey was hardcore flirting she was past flirting. She was stroking lovingly and gently Pam's leg. Aubrey was trying to initiate foreplay. And then she backed up and was like, oh, no, what are you talking about? Aubrey, stop with your games. Side note, when Aubrey was like, oh, after Nivea blew it out the way, she blew it out the thing. Aubrey was like, maybe she can't be in the groups with me and the twins. Aubrey, you can dance, you can sing. That face, no, like, here's the thing. Aubrey in the confessional, let me not be mean. Let's move on. Anyway, Pam said she prayed the gay away and for Aubrey to stop with her games. And Aubrey was trying to pick up Pam. I don't care what anybody says. Fight me on that. Anyway, let's move on to the aftermath. After Pam left, we're talking about the aftermath. And I thought the aftermath was just as weird as Pam's declaration. Because first of all, look at it like this. Keeley's like, wow, I'm disappointed, right? You don't pray the gay away. I believe that too. But if this is Pam's belief and she's not putting it on anyone else, this is what she wants, then why do you have a problem with her asking a woman to respect her space? And this brings me to Aubrey, right? Because I think Keeley was just offended to the fact that she was like, whoa, like, that's not the way religion works. That's not the way God works. I get it. But then we go to Aubrey when Aubrey was like, oh my God, so if touching her isn't acceptable, then hugging's not. And that just makes me really offended. Like, I'm not attracted to her. And for her to say that, and I was like, Aubrey has some nerve. Because it's Pam's body and it's Pam's space. And if Pam says she does not want you touching her, rubbing on her, hugging her, or even looking at her chest or booty, it's her body and her space. Regardless of what her reason is, we have to respect somebody's body and space. I get it. Her beliefs seem a little kooky, a little crazy, a little out there. I get that. But I think we're talking about two different things. Both things can be true at the same time. Pam does, in my opinion, have issues with the way she deals with her sexuality and the way she looks at the sinful, and Jesus delivered her. However, Aubrey, you do not have to try to invade anybody's space or do anything that makes them feel uncomfortable because you wanted to. If Aubrey was a man, we would have gotten him up on sexual harassment. And I'm not saying this as like an advocate for men, because I can be a misogynist when I want. But I'm just being serious. Why can't you just respect spouse? Why do you think it's so weird that you're offended that a woman told you to respect her space? Aubrey, I'm watching you. I just remember last episode when I was like, oh my God, I remember Aubrey. She's so cool. She's so pretty. She could dance. And then Aubrey is reminding me now why, because I almost forgot why I couldn't stand her ass in the making of the band. And this is why. She's a snake. She's two-faced. And she had, she right. And she was picking up Pam. I don't care what you say. And even if she wasn't, if a man's leaning on me, touching on me, I have a right to be like, can you not? Like, it's cool, but don't touch me like that. And the man would have to respect. So why does Aubrey think because she's a woman, she can somehow breach boundaries? Do you know what I'm saying? Anyway, I also thought that, like, it was odd that Pam was going to bat for Keeley, defending her from these people that wanted to throw her to the wolves. But Keeley was talking shit about Pam to the other girls. And I realized that Keeley was offended because she thought it was a very closed-minded way. But if anything, that type of closed-minded situation, Pam, to me, does not seem like she's projecting it on other people. I don't know. Y'all let me know. Maybe you saw it. And she seems like she's talking about for herself and no one else. So honestly, Keeley, if you're that offended, I would think you would be offended because you thought Pam was hurting her own self. So if you are that offended, then why didn't you actually just go to Pam and sit down and talk to her instead of talking shit about Pam to the very girls that were just talking shit about you and wanted to throw you under the bus? Like, Keeley, like something's not clicking, right? Anyway, Pam goes upstairs and she talks to Shamari. I was like, oh, this is ironic. She talks to Shamari and she talks to Nivea, and I think Shamari makes some good points. She doesn't want to be with a woman anymore. Okay, that's fine. It's not for me to judge your sexuality or how you deal with your sexuality. I do think that it's a bit self-hating. I do think that it's a bit painful. I now see where a lot of her issues came from, that she tried to drown with alcohol or whatever. But you don't want to be with a woman anymore. That's fine. And it was funny, which I thought there's a lot going on with Pam. The way Pam was like, but if I don't speak up, nobody's going to speak up for me. And there was a lot of hurt behind there. And it made me think, was some of her encounters with the same sex, were some of them not consensual and she didn't know how to say? You know, because follow me on this. And I hate to take things to a dark place, but you can be attracted to heterosexual, homosexual, sapiosexual, whatever it is. You can be attracted to the same sex, but still be taken advantage of by people that are also attracted to the same sex. And the way Pam was speaking was so much pain and almost scared in her voice, but the way she's like, no, but I'm gonna speak up for myself this time and I'm gonna defend myself. I was like, yo, Pam's been through some shit. She's been through some shit, and I'm willing to bet that she was taken advantage of also, and that kind of clouds things up with the way she feels about homosexuality and a sin. I might be reading too much into it. Let me know in the comments. If you are listening, like, comment, subscribe. Sorry to change subject. Support your girl. Get this algorithm up and popping if you want to see more reviews. But honestly, I do think something happened, right? It was just sad. Pam's dealing with a lot, and I really honestly do feel like a lot happens to her. Pam should actually, if this girl group doesn't work out, and I think it will, because I'm going to look forward to hearing Pam. You know what I'm saying? But if this doesn't work out, Pam should actually write a tell-all, because I am sure that Pam has a lot to say. Pam should write a tell-all. She should write a tell-all. Anyway, next morning, it's Keeley, Nivea, and Misha, right? And they're in the kitchen, and there's another weird exchange. Y'all, can you let me know in the comments what is the big goddamn deal? Keeley wanted to be creative director. Y'all told her, nah, bitch, you can't be anything. And as a matter of fact, we're voting for a queen, and it's not going to be you, right? So then they're in the booth, and Keeley goes and sings, and they're like, but I thought you didn't want to be in the group. Why are you singing? Okay, can we not act like this is not a reality show? Keeley wants to be in the house. Keeley wants to be on camera. Let's break the fourth wall down. If y'all don't respect her, you're not going to be the creative director, you're not going to listen to her, then what? Is she supposed to go home? I don't understand that. What did y'all expect the girl to do? Why are you laying down vocals if you don't want to be in the group? But then again, Keeley can just be honest and be like, listen, I want to be creative director, but if not creative director, I want to be a part of this project. So I'm going to lay down my tracks just in case I really don't get to be creative director. I just don't understand. And then Misha's looking all suspicious, and Nivea's like, I don't understand what's going on. Can y'all give this girl a role, or is everybody just like, Keeley, get out of here, go on? This is weird to me. I don't know anything about creative director, girl groups, music, but I just know it's really weird the way everybody's treating Keeley. Am I missing something? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, next we have a brilliant example of mind games between a Cancer and a Gemini, right? One of the twins pulls Keeley over, right? Keeley is doing some Cancer bullshit, unevolved Cancer bullshit. The way, like, I'll withhold judgment, right? Until the end, right? But Keeley is on some bullshit because she keeps talking shit about people that defended her against people that don't want her there. It's odd, right? Keeley, I don't know if she has no discernment, if she's on some snake shit. I really don't know. It's a dumb move, but whatever. Anyway, one of the twins called her over and was like, listen, like, what's going on, this and that. Keeley starts talking shit about Kamisha and Iris, 702, right? And the twins are like, yeah. So the thing is, it's this weird play between a Gemini and the Cancer. The Gemini is trying to get in Keeley's head and be like, no, so that's why, like, we should have two groups, right? But then the Cancer is listening to everything the Gemini says, and it's like, see, that's why, instead of, being two groups where people are whack and the other ones are super dope, we should make everybody level up. So Keeley's trying to push her 8-person group, and the Gemini is still trying to prove. Again, Cancer and Gemini missing each other. Meanwhile, Misha's in the corner crying. She runs back. Shamari, Pam, and Nivea was like, girl, what's wrong? And she's like, they're saying we can't sing and we can't dance and we suck and I don't want to be around anybody that's not going to be nice to me. Yo. So Pam was like, Pam, our good sis Pam, our prayer warrior, our Jesus is the reason for this season. She was like, not on my watch. We are going to love thy neighbor. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. I'm surprised she doesn't make them say that. Anyway, so Pam's like, enough about this. Let's call a family meeting. So she goes to call. Pam calls this damn meeting, and this whole scene could be made, don't ask questions you don't want answers to. Pam opens at the floor. Misha's like, well, I just want to know why y'all said this. And Fallon jumps in. That's because you suck. You're always going to suck. Why are we going to let you out there playing yourself? Fallon goes in on her and tells her she's not talented, she's not this. I'm paraphrasing. She's not shit. She's never going to be shit. And the closer she stands to them, she makes them look like shit. Fallon goes in. So then Kamisha's like, but I'm still going to try. So then Keeley slithers up and she's just like, listen, this whole time, I've seen nothing but unprofessionalism. I've seen this. And I was like, Keeley, here's the funny thing. Misha thought she heard both of the twins talking shit, but apparently she didn't realize that it was Fallon and Keeley. So Keeley's like, I've seen a level of unprofessionalism. I've seen this. I've seen that since I've been in the house. And everyone's like, oh my God. And the whole time I'm like, Keeley, you were the person that Misha is complaining about, not the other twin, right? So then Fallon changed it and she was like, and Pam, let me just say this. It was so chaotic, the scene. It's like the water was just flowing everywhere. But Pam, let me just say this. I stood for you. Well, wait, I stand for you. Wait, I stood for you. But that homophobia shit, woo, I can't take that. And everybody was like, oh man, why'd you say that? So then Pam was like, listen, you got me messed up. I'm not homophobic. I just believe that a man should leave a man and the woman should leave the woman. And God said, on some Sodom and Gomorrah shit, right? So then I was like, wait a second. You're not homophobic, but you just said that you believe that being gay is against God's word. So that would make being gay a sin. And you're a devout Christian. And you're supposed to not love or like any sins. Sounds like you were being homophobic by Keeley's thing. But that said, I understand Pam's walk around. She is not homophobic. She is very accepting of, in my mind, this is how I saw it. She's very accepting of gay people. She does think they're lost. She does think they are sinning, but her hatred she turned inward to herself. And now that she's gotten her homophobia under control, right? She does not have hate outward. She's even stopped her own self-hate. It was a lot. It was psychodrama. So then Keeley was like, I mean, if I'm the only person that feels like it, then I'll let it go. And everybody was like, well, it's not what you said, it's how you said it. Everybody starts backpedaling, right? They literally start backpedaling because they were all talking about Pam's shit. But now they're leaving Keeley out. And then she's like, Aubrey, what about you? And Aubrey just like fixed her eye. Aubrey was in the back looking a hot mess, but doing this. In the back, right? Aubrey was doing that in the back. Now, and Keeley was like, okay, fine, I got it. My little Cancer, she saw who she could trust and she saw who she couldn't trust, and she's going to make a note of that. Now, and then the twins do a Gemini and decide, because she's mad that what's her name? She's mad that Keeley tried to come for Fallon, her twin, her boom coon. So the other Gemini came around and did a mollywop, right? So basically it was like Fallon and Keeley were like going at it. Keeley, in the twins' mind, snuck Fallon. So then Fallon's twin came around and mollywopped Keeley. She didn't see that coming, right? When she was like, but what are you doing? You don't want this position. You don't want to. What is your position? Gossiper, shit starter. And she got the whole house to turn against Keeley. I will say one thing about Keeley. She is an emotionally intelligent Cancer. Y'all don't sleep on those Cancers. Keeley was literally like, all right. She got quiet because the twins did mollywop her. They got one on her. But y'all don't count the Cancer out. Because Keeley was just like, all right, so everybody's showing me. Aubrey showed her. The twins showed her. The same way the twins are testing everybody out, but they're being more direct. Keeley, that Cancer, is also testing everybody out before she implements her master plan. Y'all don't sleep on Keeley, and those Gemini twins are going to pay for what they did to Keeley. I promise you this. You don't get to publicly turn around and embarrass a Cancer like that without a Cancer coming for your whole bloodline. Mark my words. Anyway, let's move on. Weird scene, right? It's like everybody just lives in nonsensical land. I might as well stop calling the scenes weird. They're just nonsensical. And I get it. It's the show. Haha, we're in nonsensical land. Okay, so next, Keeley's talking to Misha and she's like, I'm over it, right? Didn't I tell you that Cancer was not going to forget when she's like, I got called a bitch? Those Gemini twins are going to pay for that. And Keeley's going to get them back when they least accept it. But I'm waiting to see what it is, right? So then the twins go up to Aubrey's room and Aubrey's making vision boards, right? And Aubrey looks horrible. You know what she looks like? Do you know Donald Trump's girlfriend's, his fiance now? She looks like Aubrey looks so bad. Literally, she's like this. And she just looks so bad. Why does she do that to her face? Maybe it's mental illness. Let me move on. Because every time I see her, the whole scene, I'm just like, wow, why'd you do that to your face, boo-boo? Anyway, she's making vision boards. Aubrey's like, I'm all about women empowerment. It's not about who's the best singer, who's this and do that. It's a creative empowerment. So the twins are like, this is the most excited I've been since I've started. So then Aubrey's like, Keeley had an opportunity to do this, but she didn't. Aubrey, Keeley had an opportunity to do what? Make business board? You literally cut up a magazine on your stomach with your feet up in the air, that was coined by Rodney the Voice, with some crayons and some Crayola glue sticks, Elmer's glue sticks, and you literally taped some shit out of a magazine to be like, this is what all Keeley's been doing is walking around drinking wine, and she keeps trying to insert herself in the group. Y'all did not even give the girl a chance to creative direct. You started blowing up at her. Keeley is waiting until things calm down and until you guys respect her enough to actually take her creative direction. But for y'all to be sitting there and be like, that's not what creative directors do. Aubrey, you made a goddamn vision board on some fucking posters. And I get what's going on now. It's not the point of you want two groups. You want to be creative director. And you somehow think that your group is going to be the hot group. But Aubrey, you actually look like a 48-year-old retiree. No, that's not true. You look like a 48-year-old what? 48, 52? How old does Aubrey look to you? I think she looks between 48 and 52. And she smokes a packet of Parliament, right? No, Virginia Slims, because that's a lady cigarette. And she looks a little bit too much for Virginia Slims. She smokes a pack of Parliament lights or Marble lights every single day of her life and lives down in Palm Springs with her husband who passed away 7 years ago. Anyway, y'all, so Aubrey wants to be creative director, and for whatever reason, they all just don't respect Keeley and they don't like Keeley. And again, unless it's editing and there's something I'm missing, where is this bullshit against Keeley coming from? It's nonsensical. It's nonsensical. Anyway, so let's get into more psychodrama. They call a meeting. Pam lets Aubrey present. Aubrey gets up there and she takes up her Crayola bacon spade, right? And with her markers, and she's like, this is the vision, you know, this and that. Okay, fine, Aubrey, it was a vision, but they were acting like she literally unlocked the secret of cold fusion. You did not break out into a new level of quantum physics that, man, you literally posted a thing of 10 girls laying in a thing and keep like, whatever, right? And they're just like, oh my God, this is it, right? And then Aubrey was like, I really just hate to see the house divided. Y'all, Keeley sees what's going on. I hope y'all see what's going on too. Aubrey has two things. Keeley called it out because she understands it. Aubrey still wants it to be the twins, her, and maybe Shamari. She thinks by taking over as creative director, she can then, once she has the title creative director, can be like, yeah, you don't have it, Misha. You don't have it, Iris. You don't have it, Nivea. Maybe Nivea can stay, right? You don't have it. You don't have it. And then when she has the power of being creative director, she can dismiss people because she's creative director. Or she can move them into background dancer roles. I don't understand why these girls don't see what's going on. Aubrey she's very strategic. If you don't remember from making a band, she's being very, very strategic, right? Now, this is the part that I don't understand. The two weakest links, Iris and Misha, they are the weakest dancers. They are the weakest singers. They are the weakest linked when it comes to this thing. All of a sudden, they turn to Keeley and they're like, what is your role? What are you here for? Because Keeley understood Aubrey's bullshit. I know she was being an asshole about it, but she's like, oh, great, you're finally on the same page. Now everybody thinks it could work, right? And they're all on the same page. Also, what are y'all arguing about? You haven't even gotten a song and you're already trying to be cutthroat and get people off of your island. It's nonsensical, right? So then the two weakest links go and start attacking Keeley, being like, well, if you're not going to be creative director, and wait, are you going to be inside? Are you going to sing or you dance? Why do you keep getting on these tracks? You're either going to be creative director or you're not, and we don't want you as creative director. So you're basically telling Keeley that she can go kick rocks. Are y'all stupid? Because Aubrey, that's why if you notice, the Gemini's clink glasses like, and there we go, our method of destruction worked. This was the whole point, to get Keeley off an island, because Misha and Iris don't realize Keeley being creative director, for good or bad, sees a vision for all 8 people. The twins and the twins and Aubrey 100% feel like they need to get Keeley out the way, because Keeley's trying to make the whole group. And once Keeley's out the way, they can start getting rid of people. And before you know it, they're only going to be a group of 4. Y'all, these mind games that the air signs were playing, but don't count my girl Keeley out, because Keeley seems to bullshit. It just shocked me that Aubrey was like, you told them that I was trying to be divisive. Aubrey, you wanted them gone. And Misha and Iris, yo, what's not clicking? What you're literally doing the Geminis and Aubrey, the air signs, dirty work against the only person that was going to keep you in. And I know what Keeley was talking shit about their dancing and their singing, but if you didn't, but this is the part that Misha missed. At the end of it, Keeley was basically just telling the Gemini what she wanted to hear, but at the end of it, Keeley was like, so instead of having two separate groups, we might as well have one big group and make everybody level up. Misha, she was advocating for you because they don't want you there. Yo, let's see how things play out. But this was so stupid. And I'm so disappointed that Misha and Iris, and then Misha and Iris, well, what are you here for? You can't be taking spots. Girl, everybody wants you gone. They'll take Keeley before they take you, because Keeley can dance and Keeley can hold the tune, something neither of you guys have proven you can do. And Keeley doesn't need help to speed up. All Keeley has to do is get rid of the creative director thing, but she's not, because she's a Cancer and she wants something. And that's one thing I'll say about Cancers: when they want something, they don't care if they have to go down to hell and the 9th level and Dante and bring that shit up again. They're gonna get what they want. Keeley's gonna get what she wants. If y'all listen, she's gonna get what she wants. But I'm watching this live with you guys, so every time I pause, I'm going to go to a different scene. Didn't I tell you that's what was gonna happen? So what happened? First of all, Aubrey must have started laying into Keeley, right? And this is the thing that nobody realizes about Geminis. Geminis are fine to go on the attack when they think it's an equal. I will say one thing about Geminis, love them or hate them, I've never really met a Gemini bully. When things get too much, when you start feeling like you're picking on too much and it's not a fair fight, that's when Geminis usually go. Even if they don't like you, they will come and stand up. But there's also a second thing. Geminis love being in control. They wanted to use Aubrey as a cat's paw and use Misha and Iris and everybody else as a cat's paw to get Keeley under control. Because at the end of the day, the Gemini sisters are mad that Keeley tried to establish dominance where they wanted to be the dominant ones. They wanted to be in control. When they saw that they got their goal and they saw an opportunity to grab power and be in control, they took it. But it was also because they were like, that's enough. Stop attacking Keeley. You gotta love Geminis, right? They're very complicated, but I stand a Gemini, right? They were like, that's enough. Stop attacking Keeley. Like, you said what you had to say, Aubrey. Stop attacking Keeley. For Aubrey to sit there, Aubrey has no self-awareness. And I think that's why Keeley gets on Aubrey's nerves, because Aubrey sees a lot of herself in Keeley. The way Aubrey was like, Keeley makes her own problems. Girl, you were dating Donald Trump Jr. and got dumped. By Donald Trump Jr. You, the loser son out of the Trump family, the one that nobody likes, the one that nobody respects. You literally had an affair with that loser and he dumped you. So for you to be like, oh, she creates fires and she's her own problem. I'm not talking about anybody's backstory, but Aubrey, your whole life is a dumpster fire. So, you know, I didn't like her attacking Keeley, right? I have a soft spot for Cancers. I will say that. But even if she wasn't a Cancer, I didn't like her attacking Keeley, and I'm glad the Gemini twins stood up for Keeley. But then now Keeley was like, I don't understand. You were just calling me a two-faced bitch. I told you that Cancer's not going to forget about it. It doesn't matter. She's not going to forget about it. But she was saying she didn't understand because she didn't understand what was going on. The twins didn't want to destroy her. They just want to be in charge. And once everybody submits to them, it's cool and the game, right? But didn't I also tell y'all that the reason Aubrey wanted to be creative director, because for her, it's easier to get people out. In the previews for the next thing, what's Aubrey doing in the recording booth? There's people waking up late. And Aubrey's like, and I think it's Misha and Iris, whatever. And she's like, all right, well, if you're not here on time, then you're not on the record. And that's just it. Aubrey is looking for excuses to X people out. They don't want to go home, so she's going to keep looking for any excuse she can to send them home, and she has the perfect excuse as creative director. Isn't that so funny? Did I tell you I knew what that Aquarius was up to? I told you. Well, that air sign, I told you, right? Anyway, then Misha and Iris are sitting there looking stupid because they're just like, what? What do you mean? You're trying to say, y'all, recognize the game being played. Anyway, that was the encore. Good job, Mr. Carlos King. I will see y'all next week. Also, you know the thing, like, comment, subscribe if you are watching it. This show's only in its second episode and it is getting so good. Also, I did a review for Love After Lockup. Y'all, That show is so good. I just did the first episode. We're going to be rocking with this mess all season. Actually, I think Monday we might do a live chat for Love After Lockup and also the Encore, because it is so good, y'all. Anyway, I'll see you in the next go around. Bye.